Hare Krishna, everybody. Welcome back to another session of Bhagavad Gita. We will be doing today chapter 2 of Bhagavad Gita, text number 37 and text number 36 and text number 37. This is on page number 103 of the hardbound Bhagavad Gita if you are following along. We'll start with prayers. Om Ajnanatimirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Guruve Namaha. I offer my respectful obeisances unto my spiritual master, who, with the torchlight of knowledge, has opened my eyes, which were blinded by the darkness of ignorance. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. My dear Lord, in the spiritual energy of the Lord, kindly engage me in your service. I am now embarrassed with this material service. Please engage me in your service. We'll do a quick recap of what we did last time. We did text number 23. So I'm just going to read the verses we did just for our recollection. Text 23 of chapter 2 says, If, however, you do not perform your religious duty of fighting, then you will certainly incur sins for neglecting your duties and thus lose your reputation as a fighter. Krishna is telling Arjuna that Arjuna, if you don't perform your duty of fighting, then you will lose your reputation. You are a very renowned and famous archer. You have earned many accolades. You have defeated great personalities like Lord Shiva and earned weapons from your father Indra. So, if you do not fight, then you will lose your reputation. Text number 34, we saw people will always speak of your infamy, and for a respectable person, dishonor is worse than death. So, Krishna is telling Arjuna that if you don't fight, Arjuna, all your fame is going to go away and people will dishonor you. And for a respectable person, dishonor is worse than death. So, better you fight and die in the war than running away. Text number 35 we saw, it says, the great generals who have highly esteemed your name and fame will think that you have left the battlefield out of fear only, and thus they will consider you insignificant. So Krishna is talking about the opposite party, which has Duryodhana, Karna, and Krishna is saying all these people will not understand that you are not fighting because you don't want bloodshed. You are showing compassion, and that's the reason you are not fighting. But all these people on the opposite side, they will think that you ran away from the battlefield out of fear, and they will consider you insignificant. So, continuing further today, Krishna is telling, text number 36, your enemies will describe you in many unkind words and scorn your ability. What could be more painful for you? So, continuing further, Krishna is saying that the enemy will describe you in many unkind words, and what could be more painful for you, Arjuna? Arjuna is talking about bloodshed, and Arjuna does not want to fight. And he does not want to kill because he's thinking, oh my gosh, so much bloodshed, so many people will be killed. For what reason? Just because I want to become the king? And Krishna is telling Arjuna, Arjuna, this is so called compassion. Why is it so called compassion? Because actual compassion would be to see that by killing in the battlefield of a righteous fight, the soul of those people will be elevated. If Arjuna does not kill, he's just saving the dress of the drowning man. So, when people do sinful activities, they incur that sin and they reap the effects of that sin in their coming lives. So, if sinful people like Duryodhana and his party are not punished and they are let loose to do whatever they want to do, then they incur more and more and more sin, and so they make their next life more miserable. But if they are punished for their doings, they are killed in the battlefield for their sins that they committed, then they get rid of their sins and their next life will be elevated. So, Krishna is thinking about the soul and the elevation of the soul. Arjuna is thinking about the dress of the drowning man. Like the example Prabhupada gives, he says, a man is drowning in the ocean. You go swim up to the man and you bring the shirt of the man. You leave the man there and you bring the shirt of the man. What good have you done for the man? Similarly, if Arjuna does not fight thinking that there will be bloodshed and leaves the sinful people to commit more sins, then what good is Arjuna doing to the person? He's just saving the dress of the drowning man. So, Krishna's plea to Arjuna is Arjuna, fight. We'll move further. Text number 37 says, O son of Kunti, either you will be killed or the battlefield on the battlefield and attain the heavenly planets, or you will conquer and enjoy the earthly kingdom. Therefore, get up with determination and fight. So Krishna is telling Arjuna, Arjuna, either you will be killed on the battlefield and your soul will be elevated, or you will conquer the kingdom and you will enjoy. If you see, the Krishna's concern is elevation. Krishna's concern is elevation of the soul and not comfort of the body. There was a lady one time who purchased a bird and she got a golden cage for the bird. She would clean the cage every single day very nicely, and she thought she was taking care of the bird. After 3 days, the bird died, and she wondered what happened. What had happened is she didn't feed the bird, she just cleaned the cage. Similarly, if Arjuna is just thinking about the body and not thinking about the elevation of the soul, his compassion is referred to as so called compassion. So Arjuna is thinking about externals and Krishna is thinking about the internals. Krishna is saying, this is a righteous war. Why is it righteous? Because it is being fought to establish the principles of dharma. It is not being fought for some political reason. It is not being fought to favor one party versus the other. It is being fought for establishment of the principles of religion that are laid down by Krishna. It is being fought under the order and under the authority of Krishna, and it is a righteous fight. When such a righteous fight happens, then no matter whoever is killed on either sides, their souls are elevated because they participated in establishment of dharma. And so Krishna is saying whoever gets killed, Arjuna, they will be greatly benefited. So please go ahead and fight. Now, one may ask, hey, we are discussing all these things, fighting and not fighting, and all this stuff Krishna is talking to Arjuna. How is it applicable to me? What is the application point for me? How can I participate in the establishment of dharma? Arjuna, Krishna is recommending Arjuna to participate in the establishment of dharma. Question is, how can I participate in the establishment of dharma? We, as parts and parcels of Krishna, can participate in the establishment of dharma by chanting of the Hare Krishna Mahamantra. This Mahamantra, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. This is the key of establishment of dharma in this age of Kali. And if we chant this Hare Krishna Mahamantra, we become established in our constitutional position as a servant of Krishna. And that will help us to see how we can participate in the mission and establishment of dharma. So, I would request, plead, all of you, if you're not already chanting this mantra, then take 10 minutes in your day and chant this mantra. We will see the effect of chanting this Mahamantra is very soothing, very calming. It helps us remove all the negative emotions, and we feel rejuvenated. We can contribute better to the society, to work, to family, because our minds are more peaceful, stable, and having more positivity than negative emotions. So, I would invite you all to participate and take advantage of this mantra in your lives. Thank you very much. We will see you again. Hare Krishna.